Hey, Kipsters and families! I hope you're ready for another week of learning from home and a new week of tech study lessons. Last week, we were talking a lot about feelings. Don't worry, we're not reading this book again. But I just wanted to do my emotions check-in and let you know how I've been feeling. So I'm going to use my words and my facial expressions to let you know how I've been feeling. Definitely been feeling pretty sad because I miss all of you guys so much, and I miss being at school together and doing all the things we got to do at school. But I've also been feeling really proud because I know how hard you're working at home, and I was really proud of some superstar Kipsters who sent in and showed off their work from Tech Study and their exit tickets. So we're going to take a quick look at some of those friends' work to start our lesson today. Check out this awesome and creative work from these hard-working superstar Kipsters. So proud of you, Adriana, Janaya, Drew, my Hampton Pirates out there. Woot woot! And okay, FAMU Rattlers, I see you. Great work, Brandon and Jaden. So proud of your hard work. And if you're thinking, I want to be up there, I want to get on the big screen, don't worry. You will have plenty of opportunities this week with our Tech Study exit tickets. So let's get started. We're doing something a little bit different for Tech Study today because we're actually going to be reading a poem. And I know it's been a while since we've done poems, but don't worry, I'm going to help you through it. The title of our poem today is I Use My Words. You read it. And it's written by Jamie Gerard. Let's take a look. To figure out how a character feels, we're bringing this back from last week. I think we're experts on it. But to help us figure out how a character feels or how we can express our feelings, we notice what the character says, what the person does, and their facial expressions. We're going to come back to this again today, so be ready for it. Your thinking job for the poem today is, what lesson does the author want us to learn? Your thinking job is, good readers figure out the lesson by thinking about the most important information in the poem. Thinking about that's pretty much how you learn the lesson of any text, but because we're doing a poem today, that's what we're focusing on. So we're finding the most important information in the poem. And you're going to think about and notice how the author shows us that. So let's get to it. I Use My Words by Jamie Gerard. I'm going to read through the whole poem, and poems are a little bit different because they're broken up into stanzas. You say it. And this poem has 1, 2, 3, 4 stanzas. So I'm going to read through the whole poem first, and then we're going to break it down. We're going through each stanza to talk more about it. I Use My Words by Jamie Gerard. Goodness, I am angry. It makes me want to shout and stomp and wear a mean face to let the anger out. Instead, I use my words to say what I am mad about. Goodness, I am sad today. It makes me want to cry and pout and whine and whimper and sniffle, sob, and sigh. Instead, I use my words to tell everybody why. Goodness, I am happy! It makes me want to run and go wild and act all crazy until the day is done. Instead, I use my words, 'cause that way we can all have fun. When my feelings get too strong, I know it's time to say, I'll use my words to show how I feel in a safe and healthy way. Let's take a closer look at the first stanza. Goodness, I am angry. It makes me want to shout and stomp and wear a mean face to let the anger out. Instead, I use my words to say what I am mad about. What does the speaker want to do because they are angry? It's definitely how they're feeling here, but what does the speaker want to do? Let's look back at the text to find our evidence. You find it? They want to shout, they want to stomp, and they want to wear a mean face. Are you showing your mean, angry face? Yeah, that's what the speaker wants to do when they're feeling angry. Let's look at the second stanza. Goodness, I am sad today. It makes me want to cry and pout and whine and whimper and sniffle, sob, and sigh. Instead, I used my words to tell everybody why. How's the speaker feeling in this stanza? Sad. You got it. Look at the next one. Goodness, I am happy. It makes me want to run and go wild and act all crazy until the day is done. Instead, I use my words because that way we can all have fun. What does the speaker want to do because they are happy? Can you go back to the text and underline it to find your answer? They want to run, go wild, act all crazy. Did you get all three of those? Make sure you got that big happy face on. Nice work. Let's look at the last stanza, and I want you to think, what is this last stanza about? When my feelings get too strong, I know it's time to say, I'll use my words to show how I feel in a safe and healthy way. So what's this last stanza about? It's definitely talking about what to do when our feelings are feeling too strong. And what does the author think we should do? Right, use our words. But why? Why should we use our words when our feelings are too strong? If we go back to the text, yeah, it's a safe and healthy way to express how we're feeling. So when our feelings get too strong, the author's saying that we should use our words because that's a safe and healthy way. Because if we look back at the rest of the poem, why is it a safe and healthy way to use our words to express how we're feeling? If you're thinking about other parts, before, if we use our actions like shouting and stomping, that's not really a helpful way to express a nice way to express our feelings. And it's also really hard for people to understand what you want or how you're feeling. Like if you're crying or just shouting and stomping, other people can't really understand how you're feeling, which a lot of times you guys have definitely heard your teachers say, use your words if you're feeling sad, because if you're just crying, then we can't really help you because we don't know what is wrong. But if you use your words, it's much easier for people to understand how you're feeling. And hopefully when you use your words, it's a much kinder way to express how you're feeling, and you're not going to hurt anyone by using your words. So let's bring that back to our thinking job, which was, what lesson does the author want us to learn? And remember, to figure out the lesson, we have to notice the most important information and how the author shows us that. So did anyone notice that there were words that repeat throughout the poem? I hope you did, because take a look. In each stanza, the author wrote, I use my words. And it's even in the title of the poem. So that tells me that it's pretty important because it's being repeated, and that's how the author is showing us that it's important, because they're repeating it throughout the poem. So we're going to bring it back to this, those 3 ways to express how a character feels, or maybe even how we're feeling. And those 3 ways are, oh yeah, you got it. So which of these 3 does the speaker of this poem, the author, think is the best way to express our feelings? Should we use what we say, our body language, or our face? What do you think the speaker thinks is the best way? I think so, yeah. What we say and using our words is the best way, because we know the power of words and they can be really powerful. But it's also, as the speaker says in the poem, a safe and healthy way to share how we're feeling. Keep all of that in your head, because you're going to get ready for your exit ticket, and you're going to write down your answer to our thinking job question, which is, what lesson does the author want us to learn? Your sentence should start with, the author wants us to learn. Think about what was the most important part of the poem and how the author was expressing that. What does the author want us to learn? You're going to write that down. And then you need to prove it. I know because, and there you're going to write in your text evidence to show what the author wants us to learn. So you can go back in this video and pause it and parts of the poem if you want to see it for the text evidence. Remember, if you want to be in the videos next week to show off your work, take a picture and send it to your teachers, and they can give you some feedback, and hopefully you'll even get featured in a video next time. Can't wait to see your awesome, awesome work.